everybody, welcome to Sarah's Stitchery. My name is Sarah and this is my channel where I talk all about my cross stitch journey. Today is Flosstube episode number 19 and today's date is September 15th. Thank you so much. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I always appreciate that you spend your time with me. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you found me and I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and liking and commenting. So yeah, all right, let's get started. So my last video was just a week ago. So here I am a little earlier than usual. I usually do 2 weeks in between videos, but next week I'm heading to a retreat. So I won't be able to film next weekend. So it's changing up the schedule just a little bit here. I was worried I wouldn't have enough to show, but I think I do. So I think we're good. So next weekend I will be in Michigan. I'm going to the Chantel's 141 retreat. I went last year. It was awesome. And I'm going again this year. So I have been doing a little bit of secret retreat stitching lately that I'm not able to show you yet. But once the retreat's over, I'll show you what we stitched and we're going to be fully finishing it there and everything. So I'm excited to show that to you guys. Before I show you what I've been stitching, last video, I did a little finishing, like previous fall Halloween finish parade. And I forgot 2 of my pieces. I have a lot of Halloween finishes, so and fall finishes. So when I was putting everything away, I was like, oh, I forgot these. So figured I'd just bring them up here and show them to you. This little one is so cute. I stitched this a year or 2 ago. This pattern is from my friend. Her name is Allison, and her shop is, she has a Flosstube, she has an Instagram, and she has an Etsy called AZ Family Zoo. You can also find her as Mrs. AZ Family Zoo. She lives in Arizona, and she and her husband have an animal sanctuary at their home where they take care of animals. And so she is a cross-stitch designer, and she sells her patterns, and the proceeds go to help care for the animals that they have rescued. And the animals they rescue, they give a forever home to. So it's not like they rehabilitate them and then send them back out. They keep them. That's their forever home. So definitely go check out her shop and snag this one. She has these, oh, I'm forgetting the name of this pattern, but she has like these little 4 square patterns that are like seasonal, and they're so cute. And this one stitched up super quick, and I finished it on this little board, and yeah, I just hang it up and it looks adorable. So that was one I forgot to show you last time. Oh, I always like to set them in the background here so you can see them. There it is. And I forgot to show this one. I know I've shown it before, and I've shown the other ones in this series, but I forgot to show it last time, so I'm pulling it out again. My my autumn folk from Hands On Design, the folk series, the seasonal folk series. So I actually stitched this last year when I went to Chantel's retreat, because Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design was the designer for the retreat. So this was the retreat piece, so I stitched it and finished it last fall, and I get to pull it back out and enjoy it again this fall. So I love that. In fact, some exciting news that I announced with my friend Sarah, Handmade by Sarah W, on our recent Stitching with the Sarahs video, is that she and I are going to be hosting a stitch along for the winter folk. So the last one in the series is coming out, I believe, next month. And we're going to be hosting a stitch along. So I'm really excited to finalize this series. I've stitched spring, I've stitched summer, I've stitched fall. So winter will be the finale, and we are super excited to be stitching that together and hosting a stitch along, and hopefully stitching it with a lot of you. So more details to come on that. Oh, and the finishing piece is a board from Chantel's 141 Design Company. We just attach it with magnets, and then we can switch it out seasonally. So super cute. I'll set that back here. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to bring those out because I forgot to show them to you. All right, before I get to my stitching, let's talk giveaways, because I had announced a couple of giveaway winners in my last video, and I haven't heard from them yet. Granted, my last video was a week ago. So I wanted to announce those winners again, give you ladies a chance to see the video and get in touch with me. If you are a giveaway winner, make sure you contact me either by email. My email is stitchysarahreads@gmail.com. or you can message me on Instagram at Stitchy Sarah Reads, and I will put that information down below so you don't have to try to remember that. But if you're a giveaway winner, obviously you need to be over 18. Well, not for this first one because these are PDFs, but for the other ones you have to be over 18 because I have to ask for your address. So I had recently hosted a giveaway for Ladybug Stitches. She is on Instagram as ladybug.stitches, and her Etsy shop is called Ladybug Stitches Shop. Her name is Hannah, and she is a cross-stitch designer, and she had very generously offered to give 2 of my viewers one of her PDF charts each of their choice. So, and she had sent me a couple of her monthly all piled up series. She sent me the September leaves, super cute. And I love this one, the June strawberries. So those are 2 of her monthly all piled up series. But if you're the winner, you can choose whatever you want from her shop. And so the 2 winners that I announced last video were, and I'm going to put it up here so you can see it too in case I don't say your name correctly, Edith Boucher, 5687, and Leslie Garcia, 9593. If you ladies can send me a message or an email, I will connect you with Hannah at Ladybug Stitch Shop, and she will get Ladybug Stitches Shop, excuse me, and she will get you your PDFs of your choice of chart from her. So congratulations, ladies. And yeah, I probably won't film for another 2 weeks after this, so you've got 2 weeks to get back to me. If I don't hear back from you by then, so let's see, 2 weeks, today is the 15th, so that would be like September 29th. If I don't hear from you by then, I'll just go ahead and choose somebody else because I want to make sure somebody gets those charts. Okay, in my last video, I announced a couple of giveaways. First of all, I was giving away my extra copy of Trick or Treat from Hands On Design. I had accidentally gotten 2 copies of this last year because I loved it so much. It's actually called a Classic Haunt, but on the chart it says Trick or Treat. And so I said to use the word treat in your comment. And so the winner of this chart here is Diane Lorenzi, 3083. So Diane, get in touch with me. I will get that in the mail to you. It may have to wait till after the retreat. I'm not sure if I'll have time to get to the post office before the retreat. I've got a lot of things going on this week. I've got parent-teacher conferences coming up. I've got a couple of appointments after school. So I can get that out to you after the retreat. And my lovely friend Jody from, she has a Flosstube channel called Simply Stitching Ocala. She's on Instagram as Simply Stitching Ocala, and she has an Etsy shop also called Simply Stitching Ocala. She sells cross-stitch charts, she sells floss, she sells fabrics. She's also a quilter, so she sells quilting fabrics. She also sells like really great bundles of like fabrics that you can use for cross-stitch finishes. She'll throw in some like rickracs or chenille trims to help you have a nice little finishing pack for your cross-stitch finishes. She also has been putting together some really great chenille bundles. Lady Dot creates chenille, and those are really fun because you can get like a bundle of 3 different colors. So it's kind of a extra bang for your buck. I love it. So definitely go check out Jody's shop. I will link it below. So she had sent over this bundle, and I haven't opened it. I want to make sure that whoever gets it gets to open it first and see all the lovely things inside. But it came with 4 fat quarters of Riley Blake fabric, 4 yards of Lori Holt Bee in My Bonnet fabrics. Got some felt to use on the back of a pillow finish, a Lori Holt 5-inch stacker, and a needle minder, one of her Simply Stitching Ocala needle minders. So, great bundle. The winner of this is the Woolly Bee. So congratulations. And in fact, the Woolly Bee told me that her name is also Sarah, and she's also a teacher. So there you go, Sarah. Congratulations. So yeah, just contact me, my email, stitchysarahreads@gmail.com, or on Instagram at stitchysarahreads. So, congratulations, ladies. Okay, fantastic. I've got some stitching to show you. Let's start with some new starts. I've had 2 new starts since I saw you last, which making sure I'm not missing anything here. I've had 2 new starts since I saw you last. This first one was inspired by my friend Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. She's on Instagram and Flosstube. She and her friend Allie are stitching Jack's House Pinkeep by Stacy Nash Designs. I love Stacy Nash. So I didn't want to be left behind, so I said, can I stitch it too? And she said, of course. So I grabbed out some fabric from my stash. I have no idea what this fabric is. I had it, so I have like bins of fabric that I have like organized on those comic book boards where on the side I write down like the count, the designer, the name of the fabric. And then I have another bin that has fabric like scraps or fabric that I don't know what it is. And so that's where I got this one. So I have no idea what this is. I'm pretty positive it's a 40 count though. I'm stitching with 1 strand and the stitches look nice and plump. So here is my Jack's House Pinkeep. So far, I'm starting at the top here, so you can see. If I started at the top, it only calls for 3 colors. It calls for Gentle Arts, Ginger Snap, Roasted Marshmallow, and Picnic Basket, all of which I'm using, but I added this dark green color in here because the other colors are like a rusty orange, like a cream color, and a brown. Those are those colors right there. And then I added in this Roxy Floss in the color Spinach because I wanted my flowers and my vines to be green. So I just added that color into the mix there. And I think it looks good so far. So that's my start. I've just been kind of putting a strand a day in it, although I put like 3 strands in this morning, but just a fun little fall stitch to do with my friend Sarah. So I'm working on that. Just gonna sit this down here. I usually put things right back in the bags after I show them to you, but oh, sorry about that. But today I decided, you know what, since I took the time to iron these, I want to like maybe take some pictures of my progress before I go stuffing them back in bags. So I'm not going to be doing that today. No bags today. Okay, but I will show you the bags that I'm keeping them in. I didn't bring the bag for that one over here though, so every bag except for that one. Okay, moving on. I had another new start. I started this last night. I am stitching the Seasonal Courier series by Robin Pickens. I've done spring, I've done summer, and now I'm doing the Blackbird's autumn. I love these. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I finished these in my Paisleys and Polka Dots calendar cubby. So this was Blue Jay's summer. So I still have the Blue Jay in there because I haven't stitched the fall one yet, but the Blue Jay is looking a little funny with all of my fall decor. So I need to do the autumn, the Blackbird's autumn. So the Blue Jay will be saying goodbye soon as I get my Blackbird's autumn stitched. And I do find these to be very quick stitches. There is like a lot of block stitching. There are a lot of colors in this. There are a deceptively large amount of colors. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 DMCs that are called for. So look at this color palette. It's so pretty. But even though there are so many colors, I do find that these go pretty quickly. So here's my start. Like I said, I just started this last night, so I don't have a whole lot going on here. But I start up in the top left corner. So that's my top left corner start. That's all I've got so far. The fabric that I'm using, I should know this because I use the same fabric for all of them, is something. I know it's a 32 count. Goodness gracious, I have it around here somewhere. There it is. It's a 32 count sand by Picture This Plus. And so I just got like a big enough piece that I could fit all of the seasons on. And I'm doing 2 strands over to linen threads. So here are the other ones. There's the Blue Jay, like I showed you. There's the Robin's Spring. And then, of course, for the winter, I will need to stitch Cardinal's Winter. So cute. And then I will just have a really cute display piece that I can switch out every season. And that will be so nice. I love that. And my bag that I'm keeping it all in is a bag from my sister's shop. My sister Megan has a shop called Pepper Pot Shop on Etsy. I will link her shop below. But I figured this was perfect for all my seasonal birds. Okay, next. So those were my new starts. So those were things I've started since I saw you last. The rest of these are whips, works in progress. The first one here, I had started on September 1st with my friend Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. We started it together on September 1st for Sampler September and also for the Back to School SAL, since this is kind of a big project. The project is the Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlett House. It's gorgeous. And here's mine. I've only made a tiny bit of progress since you saw it last. I have finished this flower and the pot. And I think I was starting to work on some other motifs here. So not a lot of progress since you saw it last, but progress is progress. So there we are. I'm stitching mine on a 46 count. I think it's 46. It's either 46 or 40. I'm pretty sure it's 46. 46 count silver fox by Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using all of the called for colors. So it looks like they're all Gentle Arts with the exception of one Weeks Dye Works. So there they are. So pretty. Okay. All right, next. Oh, and I'm keeping that in a project bag made by my mother. Her name's Kathy. She has a shop on Etsy called Painted Leaf Co. And this is one of my favorite bags that I've ever gotten from her. I believe she called it Watercolor Flowers. So of course I had to put my floral motif sampler in there. It's beautiful. All right, next. All right, so next, this is something I started way back in like 2021, I believe. And I just don't work on this. I don't know why. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love when I see other people working on it. It's just so big. And I think that's what stops me. So I'm sure you've seen this before. This is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. There it is. It's beautiful. I have stitched the entire first block and I'm working it in my second block. But I had shown this, it's kind of like a shameful thing for me. Every time I have to show this on my whip parade, I'm like, well, here's this. I haven't worked on it, but here it is. And so I had shown it in my whip parade back in June, I believe. And my friend Melissa Lore, she's M Lore on Instagram, she had said, hey, I'm stitching that too. Do you want to like work on it a couple of days a month together? And I was like, yeah, I need something to get some progress on here and you know, get some stitches in on this. So we decided to work on it on the 13th and the 31st of every month. Well, as you know, the 13th of this month fell on a Friday. I'm a teacher if you're new here, and so I don't get a lot of stitching done on Friday nights. I'm exhausted. First of all, I did have to stay after school a little bit on Friday. I had some business I had to take care of. And then my husband and I always go out to dinner on Fridays. So I got very little stitching done, but progress is progress. So I'm going to show you what I've got here. So it doesn't have a whole lot more than when you saw it last time. I believe I showed it in my last video, but I did add in some of the tree roots here. So I'm working on it. One day this giant piece will be done. That modeling is coming across super strong. It does not look that strong in real life. This fabric is 40 count Viteris by Mystic Fabrics. I love it. It's very browny, greeny, creamy, grungy looking. It's perfect for a Halloween stitch. So I think it looks great so far. So I'm going to keep plugging away. The 31st of this month, I'll be pulling it back out to work on it some more. So Mel, thank you for getting my butt in gear on that one, because it had just been languishing for years. Years. And I'm keeping this in my adorable kitty bag, my kitty corn bag from Michelle Lee Quilts. I'll be seeing her this weekend. She's going to the retreat and she's going as a vendor. She'll be selling some of her bags. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna have. I love that. So perfect bag for my hawk run. Okay, next up, I have my Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea samplers. I'm stitching this with my friend Sarah. We stitch a lot of the same things, so that's why you hear me talk about her a lot. She and I have very, very similar tastes, and so we just like stitching things together. So this was something we had started on April Fool's Day, so we actually used the hashtag Foolery on Fools. But if you're stitching it, even if you didn't start on April Fool's Day, feel free to use our hashtag and tag us. We love seeing everyone's progress. And so this is one of those stitches. I'm sorry, I'm getting dog hair off of it. This is one of those stitches that Sarah and I actually like make goals for, and we stick together on it. Some other things like we just kind of move at our own pace, but this one we're like, okay, what do you want to work on this month? And so that's like our monthly goal. So I finished my monthly goal. Here it is. It's looking so good. So this past month, we have worked on this little bottom right-hand corner. And so I got all that done. I'm just working on filling in this border, which I'm almost there. I'm almost there with finishing the border. I try to put a strand in a day. Some days I miss, some days I don't. So we'll get there, but you can see we're making some progress. So it's slowly unfolding. I can't wait to stitch that yellow house in the middle. And I think we're gonna save that pajama guy for last. I love him. So that's my Tom's Foolery. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm stitching it. I'm stitching it on 40 count Lightning by Needle Bling. Love it. And all of the floss, when I'm using all the called for floss, they're all DMC. Oops. Uh-oh, I'm gonna set this aside. I left my Floral Motifs floss out, and I don't want to forget to put that with it. But anyway, all of the DMC for Tom's Foolery. And Sarah made us these cute little cabochons with the little pajama guy in it. So cute. And I'm keeping all of that in my bag from my friend Lori, the Grateful Needle. She's coming to the retreat this weekend, so I'm super excited to see her. And so I got to keep my Tom's Foolery in my very colorful bag from Lori. Okay. All right, a couple more. It's funny how I was thinking to myself, like, you didn't stitch very much. Apparently I did. I did. All right, this next one I'm bringing to the retreat with me because I have a goal to finish this month. So we're halfway through the month. I need to pick up the pace on this one. This one is the Blue Flower Autumn Bee. Sarah's stitching this with me as well. I had started it before her, and she pulled it out and started it too. I feel like it was last year maybe, and we've been working on it, but we're like, let's finish it this month because it is too pretty to be sitting in a project bag. So I've added some more to mine since I showed it last. Here's my bee. It's looking so good. I'm definitely going to save this wing for some fill-in at the retreat, but it looks so beautiful. I'm stitching mine on a 40 count Heather by Fiber on a Whim, and I'm using all the called for dinky dies, one strand. And I always use one strand over two, unless I'm like on a 32 count. So if I don't say it, you can just assume I'm using one strand. But that's where I'm at, so I'm gonna work on that some more, and that one's definitely coming to the retreat with me. I gotta pack my bags soon because we are leaving Thursday night, and I have parent-teacher conferences that night. So we're leaving. I say we, my friends Allison, AllieCat13 on Instagram, and Karen, Benton Station Crafter on Instagram. We're all going up together, and these ladies are so gracious. They're gonna wait for me to get off of school I've got parent-teacher conferences that night, so I don't get out of school till 8 o'clock at night. And then I'm going to go pick up my friends, and we're going to head up to Michigan. So it's going to be a late night getting up there. Whew. It's going to be a little crazy. Anyway, sidetrack. I'm keeping my Autumn Bee in this beautiful bee bag that I got from Como Stitches a while back. Perfect colors. So yes, the Autumn Bee is coming with. Okay. And here are the beautiful dinky dies. Oh, they look a mess. Sorry. Here they are. Beautiful. They're so soft. If you've never used dinky dies before, you should give it a try. They're beautiful. Okay. Oh, and then my final whip, my one that I've been really enjoying this week. She was a new start. I had showed you my teeny tiny start the last time I saw you, but I have been working on her. And I say her because she is Nettle by Stacy Nash Designs. This was a new one that just came out for market, one of her Animal Crackers series. She is a doll, like literally. There she is without her mask. So you stitch the bunny, and then you stitch her little accessory. She's got this cute little cat mask and these little things here. I love her pumpkin basket. She's getting ready to go trick-or-treating. So I'm stitching Nettle. I am stitching her on 36 count to be Stitch Me in the color Scroll. I got this when I was in the fabric club a long time ago. So I'm finally getting to use it. But here's Nettle. Isn't she so cute? I love her so much. She's beautiful. I feel like she's a little washed out. But I am using all of the called for colors with a few exceptions. Let me look at my notes here. I didn't have all the colors in stash. And I had wanted to start her like immediately. So I changed out a couple of the colors. The color of her fur, the light color, is light khaki, and they're all, hold on. They're all Weeks Dye Works. So the called for her fur is light khaki, Weeks Dye Works. I changed it to DMC Accrue. The pink in her nose and her ears is Sanguine. I changed it to Color and Cotton Rose Petal. Not Color and Cotton, excuse me, Classic Colorworks Rose Petal. The cheeks, her cheeks call for Conch. That was way too light, way too light. So I changed it to Gentle Arts Raspberry Frost. And then the lighter orange, like in her dress and in her shirt, called for Marmalade. And I changed it to Classic Colorworks Pumpkin Harvest. I thought that was a good substitute. So she is turning out so cute. I've loved watching her come to life. And so I'm just going to keep plugging away. I got to work on her dress and get down to her little striped stockings. So hopefully next time you see her, maybe she'll be done. She's definitely coming to the retreat with me. I cannot wait to just keep working on her. She looks so cute. Yeah, there you go. I know when I hold it back, it kind of like looks washed out and you can't see like the outline of her, but I think when I hold her a little closer, you can see. And I'm not too worried about it because the finish, of course, is like, you know, in the shape of her, so it won't matter so much. But I love her. She's so cute. So she's coming to the retreat with me, and I'm so excited. Speaking of so that was all my whips. Oh, I'm sorry, and I wanted to show you my project bag that I'm keeping her in. This was a new one that I got from my mom from Painted Leaf Co. She just had these in her shop earlier this week. I don't know if there's any more left. You might want to go check it out. But these are the Bittersweet Farm, the fabric collection from Teresa Kogut. So cute. So I thought this was perfect, these fall colors for my Nettle. So she's coming to the retreat with me. So let's talk a little bit about the retreat. Now that I've shown you all of my whips and my new starts, talk a little bit about what I'm bringing with me. So we're driving up So I will probably bring more things than I'll actually work on, which is fine. I like to have a variety because, you know, you get in there and you don't know what you're going to be in the mood for. So I like to bring a few things. So I'm definitely going to be bringing Autumn Bee. I'm definitely going to be bringing Nettle. And I am bringing a couple more new starts with me. Why not? Why not? I have been actually really good lately, you know, the last few months of not having a whole lot of new starts. Not to say none, I do start new things, but I have a lot less new starts this year than I did last year, so pretty proud of that. So, but I am starting 2 new things at the retreat. The first thing I'm going to be starting is, well, I'm not going to say the first thing. One of the things I'm going to be starting at the retreat is We Santa 2024 by Heart and Hand. I love him. He's adorable. I love his red glasses. So my friends Allison and Karen and I are going to start this at the retreat. And my friend Sarah, Handmade by Sarah W., is going to be starting it in spirit with us while she's at home. Sarah, unfortunately, isn't coming to the retreat. And actually, I don't know if you caught Sarah's interview on Instagram Live with December Stitches last week, but she told everybody that she had broken her ankle. And so she's been laid up. She actually had surgery on Friday. And, you know, just sending my love, Sarah. You know, send your thoughts and good vibes to Sarah if you think about it. But yeah, she's going to, in spirit, start this with us at home while she's laid up with her foot in a cast there. So I am stitching this. I'm going to stitch it on this piece of fabric. I have no idea what it is. I feel like it's Latte by Fiber on a Whim. And I feel like it's a 40 count. It was one of those scraps in my stash that had no name to it. So I'm bringing that with me, and I have it kitted up with most of the called for fancy floss and then the DMCs for the ones I didn't have in stash. So I'm bringing that with me. And another new start is actually a stitch along that my friends Jody, Simply Stitching Ocala, and Felicia, her Instagram and her shop is called Floss and Blocks. She has a shop as well. She sells like a lot of quilting fabrics. So Floss and Blocks and Simply Stitching Ocala, they are hosting a SAL, a stitch along, for the first day of fall. So the first day of fall this year, I believe, is September 22nd. So it's going to be when we're at the retreat. It's going to be that Sunday. So I'm going to try to get some stitches in that day before we head back home. They're hosting a stitch along for the pattern Dear Friends by Plum Street Samplers. This is an older pattern. It's 2015, and they thought this was so cute, so they were like, let's do a stitch along. So I'm going to join them. I'm going to stitch this with them, and I put it in my bag that Jody gave us as table gifts when we sat together at StitchCon. And I am going to use a 46 count Old Mushroom by XJU Design. Just kind of like a dingy looking, slightly modeled neutral. And I have all of the called for floss. So I'm ready to go. I have it in my bag, ready to go, ready to start on that Sunday with Jody and Felicia. So they do have a hashtag. The hashtag is Dear, DEER, Friends SAL. And I'll put all the info for that down below. So definitely bringing those with me. A couple more that I'm thinking of bringing with me are some Halloween whips that I haven't touched in a little while. I don't even remember if I stitched on them at all last year. And I love them, so I want to bring them with me. If I'll stitch on them, we'll see. But this one is called Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I love this one so much. I started it a while back. In fact, I got this pattern from Stitcher's Paradise when I was in Las Vegas 2 or 3 summers ago. And I got the pattern, and they had the floss pack with all of the limited edition Gentle Arts. I love the names of these flosses. They do have in the chart, they have like the regular floss names, but for the pack that I got, they had all these fun ones. There's one called Nightmare, Zombie Flesh, Burial Ground, Antique Gold, Swamp Water, Witch's Wart, Dried Blood, Parched Bones, and then Sarcophagus. So I love the names of these flosses, but I definitely want to get some more work in on this. Oh, look at it. It's so good. I'm stitching this on one of my very favorite fabrics. I know I've said it before. One of my favorite fabrics of all time is Grandpa's Sleeve by XJU Design. I mean, look how dirty and splotchy and crazy this fabric is. It's perfect for Halloween stitching. It's one of my absolute favorites. So I would like to get some more progress in on Jenny Bean here. So I'm thinking of bringing that with me. And also, I'm thinking of bringing Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I had started this, I want to say back in 2021. I had started it on 32 count Murky, and I got a lot of this stitched, and then I decided I didn't like it on 32 count. So I restarted it. However, was able to salvage my original stitching. Tammy Blaylock from Creative Country Girl made this for me with my stitching on it, so that's kind of cool. And I used that to hold my restart of Away We Ride. And here it is. So you can see I started in a different spot this time. I'm stitching this on 40 count Ancient by Picture This Plus, using, I think, all the called for. There might be a substitution or two. I haven't looked at this one in a while, so I'd have to look back and see. But that's what I've got. So it would be nice to get some stitches in on both of those while I was at the retreat. So let me know what you think. Let me know, what you think I should bring. If there was something that that's in my whip rotation that I didn't talk about bringing that you think I should bring, let me know. I'll consider it. But apparently it looks like I'm pretty in the fall mood right now for stitching. I'm very much a seasonal stitcher, so right now, even though it's like 80 something degrees outside, I'm ready for a fall. I'm ready for sweaters and sweatshirts and leggings and all the cozy things. So come on fall, I'm ready for you. I was hoping it was going to be cool when we go to Michigan next week, but it looks like it's going to be in the 80s still, so whatever. If that's the worst thing that happens, I guess we're doing okay, right? Okay, I feel like I talked really fast today, but I wanted to get my video in and still have time to get some stuff done around the house, so I think I accomplished that. Anyway, I wanted to say, first of all, thank you everybody for your kind comments from my last video. I had been getting over an illness and I was still kind of sick. I still even feel like my voice is still a little scratchy, but I am feeling much better. So thank you for all the well wishes. I appreciate that. And just thank you everybody who takes the time to watch me and leave a comment and let me know that you're here. I appreciate that so much. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you get to do a little stitching. I would love to hear what you're stitching, and I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.